this drastic reduction in discipline codes or calls for assistance, thanks for being in the hallway, et cetera, et cetera. But there's got to be a feedback loop, and they've got to be able to align their behavior to the results. And the PBIS system was not set up that way. It was too general. Coming back to, even us being district coaches, we were only assigned to go out there once a week, once every 2 weeks or something like that, meet at a team, help them look at their plan, help them look at their data, but they're still the performance of the teachers.
And that goes back to what you were talking about in terms of, the most important variable probably is administrative support when it comes down to PBIS succeeding over time in a school. And you just mentioned sort of a tiered level of support for teachers and staff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just a prime example of administrative support. If they're able to develop a tiered system of support for teachers and their staff and their building, okay, look, this teacher, really needs a lot of help with this, and we're going to provide this level of support. This teacher's kind of got it, and we're going to use them. We're going to actually use them to teach other people, how to do it appropriately,
Exactly.
things like that. And that's part of that administrative support, because I think, again, one of my colleagues and I don't know, you might have been part of this process too, Paul, is we came up with a list. Boy, I wish I could remember everything on this list, but we came up with a list of what it meant to be supportive as an administrator in a school that is implementing PBIS. And, that was one of the things we talked about, really coming up with a differentiated sort of way to provide feedback and instruction to your staff members and your teachers as they're, really trying to implement this PBIS and really trying to maintain a level of fidelity. And that was one of it. But that's a prime example of what it means to be supportive. Supportive isn't just like, I'm on board, and I attend the meetings. There's a lot more to it than that. And they really, administrators really need to embrace it, and they got to live it. You can't just say, I'm good with that, you go implement it. No, you got to live it, you got to support it, you got to be part of the process.
I agree 100%. And in order for them to support it, they have to believe that's going to help them achieve some values. And if they don't believe it, then there has to be a contingency in place where they're reporting up because they're just doing it initially because of negative reinforcement. But if they begin doing it right, if they're coached right, if the same principles are used to bring out the best in them so they can bring out the best in teachers, they're going to see valued outcomes, and they're going to be like, oh, I believe in this stuff. I had a turnaround principal on here who was talking about PBS, and she's like, she didn't like it at all. And when I explained the purpose of it and my thought about the token economy, she thought it was all about the token economy. She thought this was, because it's not her fault. We can't blame her. We can't blame the school leaders, for not doing this stuff. We can't even blame the district leaders for not being involved. We have to do a better job of helping people understand the performance chain that needs to occur that's going to produce, better changes in student behavior. And everybody's looking at the interactions between the teacher and the student. But what about the school leader and the teacher? What about the district leader and the school leader? Right? All that has an impact that trickles down to this result we're trying to get, whether it's reductions in suspensions, reductions in referrals. And in my opinion, and this drives me friggin' nuts,